A small school in Pulaski, Virginia called the Calfee Training School had a big impact on education equality in our country. The Calfee Training School opened in 1894 as a public school that trained Black American children in the trades. In 1938, a 25-year-old Pulaski native and Calfee teacher Chauncey Harmon became its principal, and working with Roanoke civil rights attorney Oliver Hill, Harmon and Pulaski residents, both black and white, fought for the equalization of facilities and faculty pay. That fight culminated in Corbin versus County School Board of Pulaski County, one of the 6 successful equalization cases filed by the NAACP, and paved the way for Brown versus Board of Education in 1954. The Calfee Training School has become the Calfee Community and Cultural Center and honors the school's rich history. This morning we welcome Dr. Mickey Hickman, board president, to tell us more about this extraordinary center. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having us.
Well, I will say that although this is right in our backyards here in our community in Southwest Virginia, many are not aware of the history and the center. So if you don't mind, to tell us a little bit about how Pulaski residents decided to do more with this important piece of history.
Well, let me begin by saying I attended Calfee Training School, grades 1 through 7, and then went to Christiansburg Institute for 2 years, and then finally went to Pulaski High School. But I didn't know any of the history of Calfee School. I was just a student that went there. But they closed the school down in 1966 as a segregated school, and it sat for many years dormant. It came back several times as different entities, but that didn't last. The last purpose of the building, it was purchased by a Magnox company and used as office space. But that lasted for about 10 years, so it sat dormant. And it's such a great building. It was decided it still had use. And so that's the current Calfee Training School project. It's very exciting.
It is extremely exciting to see something that meant so much in history to come back to life and to serve as such an important role here in Southwest Virginia. Well, you all are keeping us very busy and on our toes as we celebrate Black History Month. You've got a couple events that are coming up. Tell us about the one that's coming up next week.
Yes, on February the 7th, we're having a trivia night. And it's the topic, the focus is Black history. And we have a national trivia company host, Wes Hazard, and his company, One Big Thing, are actually running the affair for us. And so it's free of charge, and we invite people to go to calfeecc.org/events, and you can register for that, and it's no charge.
And you know, I'm a little competitive, as folks know, here on Living Local. So this is perfect for me. Although I probably have to do some little studying over the weekend to prepare for it. And you also have a gala that's benefiting the center happening later on this month. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, on February the 26th, which is a Saturday evening, it's called A Night to Remember. It's catered by Chef T. We have a live band, groove control, and we have a silent auction. And so all these things are occurring at the Omni Place, that's owned by one of the alumni of Calfee School, Reverend Gary Hash and his wife Colette Hash. And it's from 6 to 11. There is a cost for this and all, but the funds raised here will go toward the repurposing of Calfee, and it's one of our major fundraisers to kick off 2022.
Excellent, and we love Chef T, and we all know that she can cook, so it's going to be an incredible event and certainly supporting a wonderful cause. We only have about a minute left. What would you say is the vision and the goal of this center? If you had to look 5 years from now, what do you aspire?
Well, being that this is Black History Month, our school was steeped in history, and it existed in a negative time. You know, segregation wasn't exactly positive for some people, but we're bringing it back as a wonderful story. We have 7 utilities for our building. We're going to foremost a child care center, the Lucy Chauncey Harmon Child Care Center, commercial kitchen, the Lena Huckstep commercial kitchen, the Dorothy Venable Digital Lab, We're going to have the African American Heritage Center feature that's going to house our museum. We're going to have a Brian O. Baker Event Center, and the outdoor campus and all will be utilized in several ways: playground space and basketball and pickleball courts and a walking trail.
My goodness, listen, that is incredible. Well, great goals, aspirations, and well on the way, doing so much. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us and hoping that we will all do what we can to support this incredible cultural center.
Thank you so much for having us.
Our pleasure, our pleasure.